Online reputation management for Google business profiles. Today I'm joined with Mike Martin, who's the founder of GPPly, which is one of the best Google business profile tool optimization tools that there is in the marketplace. Mike, if someone starts to get negative reviews, so someone's coming along and they're getting negative reviews on the Google business profile, my first question to you would be, as an agency owner, how would you respond to those negative reviews on a Google business profile?
My first port of call is always going to be going to the client and saying, why? Like, why are you getting negative reviews? Because in most cases, it's not that they're getting negative reviews because they're doing a good job. It's they're getting negative reviews because they're doing a bad job, or there's a problem in the business, or there's a bottleneck in their business that basically slows down a process, leaves a... Have you ever bought something and then you think, what next? Like, that's where I found most negative reviews come from. It's not from bad service. It's from that what next? Like, okay, you've left me lost here. I don't know how to do this. I don't know the next steps. I haven't got this. So we always tackle, and we always tell our agencies to tackle negative Google business profiles with the client first. Why is the client? What is he saying? Where is it coming from? And then always respond to those negative reviews with positivity. Like, we're really sorry. We can see you've had a bad experience. We are really sorry. What could we do to improve it? Is there anything we can do to think it? And what I like to do is always offer them a meeting link. I always say if somebody gives me a negative review and it's a legitimate negative review, the first thing I will do is say, here's a meeting. Let's sit down. Let's have a conversation. Hopefully. And the people are like, yeah, but for one review, you don't have time to do that. But do you know what? That one negative review can cost you so much more money than you ever realize. That getting that one negative review, and a lot of people say, oh, just bury them. And you can just bury them. You can just go out and get as many positive reviews as you want. And in some cases you have to, because in some cases the person's just an absolute nightmare. We also have a group, I think you're in there, where we all engage with one another and help one another and get rid of negative reviews for people like that. So if we've got people in our community that are struggling, we would potentially add them into that group, and then people will also help them bury the review, and some of the people in there could report it and say, let's get rid of it. So we've got a lot of different angles, but I think step number one...
Just second question on there then. So if I'm looking at literally online reputation management on these Google business profiles, sometimes some people don't even realise they've got a 1-star review that's come through. They have it there for months. They don't even realise, so they've not responded. When they sign up to gpply.com, can you confirm whether do they get a notification or an email if a review comes through, whether it's positive or negative? Obviously, in this scenario, we're talking about reputation management. Yep. Could they get a notification come through to say, you've just got a 1-star review?
So our enterprise clients are set up to receive an email once a week as standard. But if you go into, let me have a look where it is, 1 second. Dun, 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 dun. Right, yeah. If you go into your notification preferences under my account, you can just switch your email notification preferences to daily. And that way you won't get an instant notification that you've had a review, but you'll get a notification that day via an email. So you can be like, oh, we've had a 1-star review. Let's get on there. Let's sort it out. You can one-click respond to those reviews with AI, positive or negative. But what obviously, like you just said, what you want to be doing is jumping on it as quick as possible, because if you can deal with that client as fast as possible, in a lot of cases, they'll delete it. And you don't even have to ask them in some cases. It's like, look, I really want to help you. I didn't realise this was happening. There must be a bottleneck in my team. I'd love to sit down and have a conversation with you so I can fix that so nobody else gets that experience. And once they've met you and spoke to you, then they know, like, and trust you again. All of a sudden they're like, all right, maybe I was being a bit out of order, and they pull it off.
Yeah, so my next part with regards to specifically with gpply.com again, right? Because obviously they're a founder of it, and obviously our team are now using this on Google business profiles, and we're finding that online reputation management is actually just as important as optimizing existing profiles. Yeah. So let's just say that obviously we've got the notification come through, it's a 1-star. In my opinion, right, if it's a genuine customer, I agree with you to respond positively, maybe book a call and stuff like that. But sometimes some 1-star reviews on Google business profiles come through and you've no recollection of who they are. So they've not been a customer or anything like that. So in my opinion, what we're now starting to do is respond to them again in a positive manner, saying, look, we do not have your details as a customer on our database. You've not placed any order with us. If you can please let us know your order number or the order name of what you've done, then we can then look into the potential problem or what you have. But at least then what that's doing is, if you are getting any negative reviews, which seems to be happening quite a lot in a lot of different markets, as a negative SEO type of attack, people are leaving 1 stars on other people's GMBs or Google Business Profiles. And they're like, at least if you can respond saying, look, you've not been a customer, at least a new customer that's coming along that's seeing that says, these are fake reviews. So that's one part. But I want to touch on gppele.com for can you explain to people here, because we've had problems in the past where we've been mass sending emails out to customers, genuine customers, to leave us a 5-star review on our GMBs. Mm-hmm. And we've had 20 all go, yeah, not a problem, because we sent them all out on the same day. We've had 20 come back with 5-star reviews and only 1 gets listed.
Yep.
Can you explain how gppele.com counters that? So at least if you are going to sync it, if it is a genuine client that's left a 1-star, you can sync it with 5 stars and keep building that review velocity, because trust is key online nowadays. And I want you to explain why gppele.com is able to build those reviews up on Google Business Profiles.
Yeah, so exactly what you said there is what a lot of people have done in the past. Is what we used to do before we knew what we were doing is I would blind copy a load of clients into a Gmail email and just send it out to loads. They'd send the review and half of them would get taken down, if not more, because you're getting them all on the same day. So we've kind of built into our system, you just go in and you click and you paste in all your email addresses, and what it will do is it will drip those emails out over a 30-day period. So let's say you paste in 200 clients, it'll drip out review requests over a 30-day period, but then it also won't re-email the same client within 30 days. So you can then keep putting the same list in if that's the only list of clients you've got, and it won't re-email the same clients over a 30-day period. Now, we can't track where which clients left a review, because obviously the email's not connected, but from that you're then in a position where you can then start to drip them out and make it consistent, because it's that consistency that's important. Google tracks if it sees 50 reviews today and then nothing, it's like, okay, these have just done a big massive push and probably done a load of spammy fake reviews. So rather than manually looking at it, they'll just take them down. And that's where a lot of people fail, because it's like, wow, I've got 25 reviews, and then they go back a week later and they're like, oh, I've got 2. But that's kind of what we've done, is we've created this drip feed that just drips the emails in over a period of time, and that way your reviews stay consistent. They don't all come in on day number 1, and because of that, there's a lot less chance that they're going to get taken down. Don't get me wrong, still sometimes they will, like just because there's certain little bits of wordings that people put in there will get them taken down, like stiffening keywords and stuff like that. Things like that is a no-no. What you're better off asking people to do nowadays is, like, because they get pushed into Gemini is obviously ranking in AI really, really fast. And because your reviews go into there, what you're better off saying to people is, when you do me a review, can you do me a favor? Can you just say what happened and then what we did in the review? Would really appreciate that, and then give us an honest review. So if you're like the only plumber in an area that answers his phone at 9 o'clock at night, then your prospect or your client can say, we couldn't find a plumber, we were ringing round all over the area, this is the only person that answered their phone after 9 o'clock at night. They came out within 15 minutes, fixed the problem, and it was fairly well priced. Great service, loved them. Then what will happen is, when somebody goes to Ask Maps and things like that, and they're saying, find me a plumber in the local area that's open after 9 o'clock, you will rank over everybody else. And do you know, in Ask Maps, which is only in America and India at the minute, it's coming to the UK soon, in Ask Maps, what will happen is, you will outrank even the people. So it's different rankings. So if you've got the top 3 Google Business Profiles, if you search it in Ask Maps, it's not. It's more based on the information that's been put into your posts and that's been put into your review responses and reviews. So that's really important, because you can actually set up with a new Google Business Profile and still get a load of traffic from Ask Maps without actually ranking in the 3-pack.
Yeah, for sure. With regards to online reputation management, anyone who's watching this, to summarise the article with regards to Google Business Profiles, in my opinion, you need a tool like gppele.com or any Google Business Profile tool that can track and notify you when these negative reviews are coming in. So at least you're able to respond in a positive manner. If it's not for a client, if it's not one of the clients that's got on the system, say, we don't know who you are, please can you get in touch, we'll try and resolve the matter, but we don't have you saved on our database. And also be trying to make certain using a tool like gpplead.com where you're able to consistently send on a daily basis to existing clients to try and build up that review velocity. Getting them 5-star reviews on Google Business Profiles is a huge part of online reputation management. Mike, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having you.
Cheers, mate.